What's up guys, welcome back to another video. And first of all, I would like to apologize for my voice sounding this way. The thing is, I fell sick last week guys, and I have been sick for the past few days, and I have been taking medicines. I'm a bit alright now, and my voice is slowly recovering as well, so sorry for talking as if I'm talking through a pipe or something. Sorry for sounding as if I'm talking through a pipe or something. Anyway, in this video, I was thinking of designing this screen on the left side, guys. It's a nice screen with the image carousel on the top and some details about the restaurant in the middle and a list view at the bottom, right? But as I was designing this image carousel, I thought I could do this. I could do a separate video on this first of all, so that since it would be useful for you guys, since an image carousel would be useful in various screens other than this detail screen as well, right? So what if I did a standalone video showing how to do this in a simple way so that you guys could take it and use it in your screens as you wish. Now there are a lot of plugins already available that enable you to do this task in a pretty much easier way, that is to create a carousel in a pretty much easier way, but it's pretty simple to code it from scratch as well. So I thought I'll show this technique which I learned before a few weeks. I think I learned it from the Flutter channel, I'm not sure. Anyway, I have a blank application here, and then I have 4 images, burger images, that I'm going to display on the screen, and in a carousel way, that is one image will be displayed, and when I click on the next button, the next image, and so on and so forth. So I have a title, I have nothing in the body. Let me first go ahead and create at any given point of time, if you notice, only one image will be displayed, right? So what I'll do is I'll have a index, int photo index equals 0, which means it's the first image, right? And I'll have a photos, and inside this photos I'll assets, what was that, burger1.jpg, burger 2, burger 3 and burger 4, right? So now I have these 4 photos inside this list and a photo index. All I need to do is simply iterate through this list, and then no, not iterate, at any given point of time only one image will be visible that I need to show on the screen, right? Now what I'll do is I'll create 2 more functions. One is for the previous image, void previous image, and inside this I'll simply do a set state. Previous image will be called when the user clicks on the previous button, right? So what I need to do is photo index equals photo index. I need to check if the index is greater than 0, that is if the image is the first image or not, and photo index minus 1, if not it's 0. You understand what I have done here, right? Whenever the user clicks on the previous image button, obviously it shouldn't be the first image, right? If it's the first image, then obviously there is no previous image. So if it's the second image, what it will do is it will take the user back to the first image. If not, if it's the first image, it will just set it to 0, which means that that is the first image and it won't do anything, right? Now I'll do the same for a next image as well. The only difference is, obviously you might have already figured out the difference. Next image, photo index less than photo start length, photo index plus 1. If not, then it should be photo index, no, photo start length minus 1. Since it's an array, the indexing will start at 0, right? So if this is the last image, photo start length minus 1 will be this burger4.jpg, photos of 3, right? So if the photo index is less than that, then I can simply increment that to the next image, which means that the next image will get displayed. If not, I'll simply set it to photo index, which means that nothing will happen. So I have two functions for switching images, the previous image and next image. Now all I need to do is I need to show these images on the screen and then provide a couple of buttons that enable you to switch between these images, right? That's the basic carousel. So what I'll do is I'll first start with the body. Body, column, main axis alignment, children, and inside this I'll do a center. Stack, and inside this children, widget, container, decoration, box, decoration, border radius, dot circular, 25, and image, decoration image, image, asset, image, photos of what was that index, right? Photo index, and I'll specify the fit as well, box fit dot cover. Fine. Now as per this index, that particular image will get displayed here, and this is the decoration. I need to give a height 400. It will be a big image, width 300. Okay, so now I have a container that will just display the image. The next thing I'll do is I'll have a row. After this container, even after this stack, I'll have a row, main axis alignment dot center, and children, raised button. I'll have a button inside this child, next on pressed, next image, next image, elevation, color. Fine. And I'll have another raised button, but I'll have some space between these buttons, sized box with 10.0 maybe, and I'll have another button. The only difference is this button will be blue. It will show previous, and I'll just use 4 characters so that both these buttons are of the same size. Instead of next image, it will be previous image. So I have a couple of buttons and a container that displays the image. Let's save this, run this, and see what happens. Alright, I just ran it and there was an error, guys. See, this is where we make careless mistakes. Set state is not, set state should be like written like this, right? Fine. Alright, now I have my carousel here on the mobile device. Let's just try tapping on next and see what happens. Takes me to the next image, right? Tapping on next once again, it's taking me to another image. Next once again, it took me to the last image, right? Now if I tap on next, it doesn't take me, it doesn't navigate further since this is the last image. Now if I tap on previous, it's taking me to the previous images as well. Fine, our navigation through the images works fine. Now let's go ahead and build this, what do you call this, an indicator, right? The photo indicator. This corresponds to the number of images in the list. The number of dots correspond to the number of images in the list, and the selected image will be the highlighted dot, right? Let's try to add this indicator as well to the carousel now. All right. Now to get that indicator, the photo indicator, this one, yeah, this one. To get this, we need to have separate stuff, right? For instance, for the selected photo, it will be a slightly bigger dot than the rest of the dots, and it will also be in white color, whereas the inactive dots will all be in gray color, right? And each and every time the next button is clicked, we need to switch this as well, right? Switch that particular style as well. So what I'll do is I'll write a separate class for that. First I'll bring that indicator, this indicator on the image, since we are using a stack that can be done easily, right? First I'll do that, and then I'll write a separate wait, after this container I'll add a positioned widget, positioned and top some 375 or something, 375, and left. Anyway, if I do a main axis alignment dot center for the row, then obviously these values are not going. Anyway, child, and I'll, for this I'll create a separate class selected photo extends stateless widget. Okay, inside this what I'll do is first I'll write a few functions. That's not a problem. I'll add a constructor for that. Fine. Now what I'll do is I'll do a widget for a inactive inactive photo. For this I'll return a container, and inside this container what I'll do is child new padding child new padding padding constant edge insets dot all edge insets dot only left 3.2 right 3.2. Fine. This denotes the padding between these two dots. Okay, these two dots, and after that child will be a container, and inside the container I'll do a height 8.0. This is the inactive photo, right? So this should be a little bit smaller. This should be a little bit smaller than the active dot. Width again 8.0. Fine. Decoration box decoration colors dot gray, border radius dot circular 4.2. Fine. Now I have something for the inactive photo. This will be this dot, this gray dot. Now I need to do a one similar stuff for active photo, right? But active photo will be somewhat a little bit different. Widget active photo return container child padding padding edge insets dot only 5.0. Okay, so that this really stands out from the rest of the dots. 5.0 and child container height 10.0, width 10.0, decoration box decoration, colors dot white, border radius dot circular 5.0, and box shadow fine, a box shadow for this particular dot so that it really stands out, but that box shadow won't be visible if the background is black. Anyway, I should have thought of that before. We have a widget for active photo and we have a widget for by widget I don't mean anything guys, I just mean these dots. Okay, don't think that this is going to be a separate widget or something. These dots I am simply creating, that's it. Now I'll have a list of widgets. Okay, build dots, and inside this I'll do a list widget once again, dots equals blank, and for I equals 0, I less than we receive this number of photos from somewhere, right? Number of dots, I less than number of dots, number of dots. Fine. Inside this I just need to do dots dot add. You understand what's happening here, right? I'm first checking whether the image is the selected image. If it's the selected image, then obviously it should be the active photo for that particular, I mean this should be the dot, the bigger dot. If it's not the selected image, then obviously it should be the smaller dot, right? That's exactly what I did here, and I need to return this. If you didn't understand anything, just wait a minute guys. If you see it on the screen, you will understand it a bit better. Cool. Now that this row is the one that will actually be placed over here. So what I need to do is simple. Selected photo is the one. It takes in a couple of arguments, right? Selected photo. The first argument was number of dots. Number of dots is nothing but photos dot length. And the second argument was photo index, which is nothing but photo index. Fine. Now this will have the total number of photos, which will be the total number of dots on the total number of dots, and this will be generated each and every time the user presses on the next button. When he presses on the next button, that will be the active image. Which means that for that the active photo dot will be there, and the other dots will be inactive. If the user taps on the previous image, then it will change accordingly. You get it, right? Let's just run this and see how this functions, how this fares. All right, now we have the application open here, and you can obviously see the nice looking image indicator at the bottom, and if I tap on next, you can see that the second dot is the one that's highlighted now, just like just like the one here. And if I just tap on next, the third dot is the one highlighted, and so on and so forth, right? The fourth one, the third one, the second one, right? So we have a neat looking working carousel, right? A cool fancy working image carousel that we can use in your use in our Flutter applications, right? So yeah guys, I actually wanted to make an entire video on designing this entire screen, but I thought maybe I should first do this image carousel so that a lot of people can see how easy it's to do with Flutter and to code it from scratch instead of using one of those plugins. So yeah, this is what I wanted to show you guys today. I actually learned this technique from some other video. I think it's from Fluttery. I learned a lot from the Fluttery channel, guys. And for those who take those videos and then try to sit and type the code and recreate the entire thing by watching the video, I mean one of those Fluttery UI challenges, you would know very well that if you dissect that video into smaller segments, you can obviously get a lot of individual design components from the Fluttery videos alone. So this might be one of those I think I learned it from one of those Fluttery UI challenge videos. Anyway, that doesn't matter now. I hope you learned how to create a image carousel by yourself in your Flutter applications in a simpler way, in an easier way. So yeah, that's the point of this video, guys. Hit like if you really like this video, and if you really like what I'm doing on this channel, kindly subscribe to my channel. I make at least 4 or 5 videos a week, and one of those videos will be something related to UI. This week it will be 2 of those videos, I think, since I'll be making a video on designing the screen as well. So yeah guys, kindly hit the subscribe button and kindly hit the bell notifications icon so that you don't miss out on any of my uploads. And I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.